First of all, I want to introduce myself. I'm Tanya Stewart. I'm a Sapphire Ambassador. I've been with Plexus for 10 years, and I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us tonight, taking the time to learn a little bit about our gut health products. I guarantee you will not be disappointed with what you hear. These are some highly impactful products, and I know a lot of you probably hear that and go, oh my goodness, because you've probably tried at least one, if not dozens of things before. But I think you'll get some appreciation through my story of just how impactful and different these products are from other companies that are out there. Tonight, you're going to hear a total of 4 stories from real people with real results. So that is definitely helpful. And you are in for a huge treat. Some of the stories, some of the ladies that will be speaking tonight have overcome some very serious issues. And ones that the typical supplemental company is not necessarily able to get the same results. We have a few goodie bags. So if you want to drop your name in the chat as well as who invited you, we'll put you on a list and make sure everyone gets a goodie bag for themselves tonight. And I will get us started. So my journey started a bit different than most people who come to Plexus. I was actually looking for a business opportunity inside of network marketing where I could create major impact for people. That was a big of huge importance to me. Just something that's been very heartfelt for a long time, that if I was going to give my time to a job, I wanted to make sure I was having ginormous impact on people. I wanted time flexibility so that I could spend every possible amount of time with my children. So I wanted to be able to work from anywhere as long as I had internet connection. That was an opportunity in network marketing, and be able to dictate when I was working. So from where and when I was working. I also wanted to be able to travel a lot. That goes hand in hand with this business. We do a lot of different trips throughout the year, and just being able to have that time freedom gives you the ability to get up and go anytime you choose. And so I actually spent almost 4 years looking for a company. So this is the part that you might want to hone in on. I was trying out different products and doing a lot of research on those products and the compensation plans, but especially the products. That was what mattered first and foremost to me. And I found a lot of companies that were able to have results for their people, but I never found a company that was impactful as Plexus until I got here, right? The thing that stood out to me the most was the testimonials, just a very wide range of different health issues, that some of them extremely severe. And those same people basically kind of, I call it coming back to life and being able to really thrive. We do not we don't cure any disease, but we give people a better quality of life, and we give the body the ability to fight off those diseases and to maximize the way that that person can live. And then with things that are just basic health symptoms, we are able to do away with a lot of that, as well as medications and so forth. So that was the type of impact I was looking, and I found that in Plexus. I also had my sister check out the compensation plan because I'm not a numbers girl, and discovered that the compensation plan was very doable, something that I would be able to support my family on. And I jumped all in. Within 1 year, my husband was retired and was able to take the next 5 years to homeschool our boys, which went hand in hand with that time element. That was very important to me. My boys were uh, 10 and 11, I think, when we got started here. And it was just very essential that I didn't miss a moment with them. So he homeschooled them. I worked flexible hours, and we got them through their school years and became a very tight-knit family. And that's what I was after. We were able to move down to Virginia out of the freezing cold weather of Wisconsin. And we took the children on many different trips that gave them a lot bigger perspective on life, which was all the things I was looking for. More importantly, I've impacted, by my saying yes to this, we've had thousands of people join our team. So we've had lots of impact on other people. Here's my product story. When I got started, the reason I was mostly looking for health and wellness actually was because I was kind of a health nut. I already had, was an all organic eater, had been for many years, raw cow milk drinker, worked out 4 to 6 times a week, and health and wellness has just been super important to me because the way I look at life is if you don't have your health, then everything else is compromised and potentially the length of your life as well. So that has always been important to me, and I've wanted to be there for other people. And even before Plexus, I was preaching about organics and things like that. So this was fit me like a glove. But because I was so healthy, I really wasn't sure that the products would do a lot for me. Very, very much surprised within 60 days. I was 41 years old, FYI, in case you're wondering on age. Um, I was feeling that sluggishness that I didn't feel in my 20s, but after about 60 days, all of that changed. All of my energy from like being 20 years old, that all came back to me. Mental clarity, my mood sprung up, my anxiety went down. I was a huge emotional eater. So even though I ate healthy and I watched my calorie intake, I still was constantly in the kitchen because of anxiety. So I lost all of that. And most importantly, I started getting severe menstrual cramping past 41 or past 40. And on my 60-day mark, roughly, I got my friendly visitor and didn't even know I had it. So that's actually a part of one of my other girls' stories on the call tonight. And that was absolutely floored me because I was already so clean in my eating and so forth. And it really showed me that everybody can benefit from these products, which was fantastic. My whole family has really benefited from them, including my daughter-in-law. At this point, they're all on the products. And my 2 boys are adults. Obviously, one of them's married. They're still all on the products. So it's been a wonderful journey for all of us. So with more of a focus on the health and weight loss, none of the other individuals will really be sharing too much about their business journey. They're all growing a team at this point, but mostly they'll be focusing on health and weight loss. Up next is Casey. So Casey, let me give you the stage here.
Hey everyone, I'm Casey Shiflett. I have been with Plexus for about 2 years. I have been taking the products consistently for about a year now, and that is key. It took a lot longer for me to be consistent than it did for the products to work. I've never really been a pill taker, so this was really hard to get in the habit of taking the supplements, and I had to I'm on the triplex system, and so one of those supplements that I use is the Probio 5, and you typically take that at night. So that was a hard thing for me to remember. So I'd have to leave it on my bathroom counter. But one of the biggest struggles that I have faced, I got diagnosed with PCOS when I was 17. Um, I could never lose weight. I gained weight. It literally just felt like by looking at food, like just immediately the weight would just I was 50 pounds. I've lost 50 pounds altogether so far on my journey, but it was a struggle. Would not have a menstrual cycle for 6 to 12 months, even longer sometimes. Now I'm to the point where I have a menstrual cycle every 30 days, which is amazing. I know that sounds kind of weird because most women would not want theirs, but it had I found Plexus sooner, it probably wouldn't have taken us 5 years for us to have our youngest child. So I also quit. I wanted to mention that a lot of people who try Plexus the first time don't give it enough time. I was one of those. I got really frustrated in the beginning because I wanted to see the scale move and it didn't. But what I didn't realize is that my clothes were moving. In pictures, the inflammation, it was just melting off of me. And those things did not take 6 to 12 months. They were taking weeks. I didn't have chronic headaches anymore. My sinuses started to clear up. I was able to have more energy. I wasn't having the 3 p.m. crashes anymore. And so I was losing sight of the small wins, which were actually really big wins at the time. And so I went off the products for about 30 to 60 days and I noticed a massive difference and started taking the products again. I was very faithful in taking the slim and the active. Those were the 2 things that I couldn't live without. And I've been taking um, the supplements consistently for about 30 to 60 days. So that's just a little bit of my journey. Um, oh, I will say this, the one thing that really kicked me into taking the supplements like I should have, last November, I was diagnosed with endometriosis, and they were going to give me all these different medicines to take. And again, I just did not want to do that because I'd worked so hard with my weight loss. I just didn't want to take the chance of any kind of pills making me gain weight. So that was really one of the bigger things that kick-started me into taking the supplements regularly. So
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Casey. Let
mhm.
me now transition to our next sharer, which is Caitlin. Hey,
Hi,
Caitlin.
everybody. Hey. Um, so my story is pretty similar to Casey's. I am a second time user. I originally started last summer and I was not consistent, did not give it long enough. I was mad that the scale wasn't moving. I was hooked on the scale. So I gave up. Fast forward to the last December. I was miserable. A little backstory. I recently have lost my dad, anxiety and depression, super bad brain fog, um, fatigued, not sleeping, irregular periods, painful periods, not going to the bathroom. I mean, you name it, I've had those issues. Um, so fast forward to December, I was desperate. So I reached back out to Tanya after my husband, bless his heart, was like, what about that pink drink that you were on last summer? It really seemed to be working. And I was like, okay, maybe you're right. So I reached back out to Tanya and I gave it another try starting in the beginning of January of this year. And I promised Tanya, I said, I'm going to give it 90 days. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to do, I'm on the triplex. So I do my pink drink and then I have the ProBio 5 and the Bio Cleanse that I take every night. And I stayed consistent. And within not even 2 months, I mean, my changes were amazing. I didn't even know that I didn't even know that I was having my menstrual cycle at all. I haven't had any pain for 2 months now, which is not like me. I go to the bathroom every day, which was never like me. I would go maybe once every 2 to 3 days in my whole entire life. I thought that was normal. It's not normal. I go every day. My inflammation is way down compared to what it was. I've lost a total of 24 pounds. Granted, I've been dieting, for a couple months prior to starting the Plexus products, but no doubt that between the Plexus products and then what I'm doing diet wise has been a joint reason why I feel so amazing and have lost weight and I've lost several inches. I couldn't even tell you. The scale does not matter to me anymore. I go based off of how I feel. My clothes are way looser. I feel so much better. I was having previously like a 5 p.m. crash. I would be driving home from work and ready to go to bed. And for you ladies, men who have children, it's hard to get home in the evenings and after working a full-time job and want to cook dinner and want to play with your children and want to do bedtime and want to be a present mom and a present wife. I felt like I was really struggling, not doing a good job with any of that. And for at least the last month and a half, I come home, I cook dinner, I do bedtime with my daughter, and I stay up at least another hour to 2 hours after she goes to bed, and I'm not tired. So I am a totally different person since the beginning of January, and I will be on these products for life.
Love that. Love that. Can I hint to you to share what you shared with me about the truck? I mean, not that specific example, but what goes around that. If you're not
My
comfortable,
mother is
it's
on
fine.
here, Tanya.
All right, fine. Let me just
No,
say,
no, I don't
okay,
care. I don't care.
okay, go
Whatever. It
for it.
doesn't matter. Ah, you're so funny. So,
It's important. There's a lot of women out there that struggle in this area. So go ahead and share
yeah.
however you want to share that.
So I will say, and I'm sure a lot of you, if you guys are ladies and you guys have had children, then your sex life totally changes after you have children. Um, and mine was just non-existent. I mean, not non-existent. I just didn't want to. Like, I'm good. You know, I have a kid, I have a job. I don't want to. So I was on the pink drink last summer, and apparently my sex drive changed last summer. I didn't realize it, but clearly my husband did, which I think is the only reason why he hinted that he wanted me to go back on the pink drink. So, I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with that story, but since starting the products in January, I don't have an issue with sex at all. Sorry, mom. Um,
I forgot your mom was
I
on here.
actually, well, like I actually like want to have sex. Like I don't like dread it. I don't moan and groan when he mentions it. You know, so it's totally different, which is nice. And I'm sure it's nice for, you know, like your husband or partner or whoever, you know, for you to want something like that. And I wholeheartedly believe that I feel that way because of the products that I'm on.
For sure. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you being vulnerable. That makes a big difference. You just don't know who you're going to help. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to come back and share with you guys a little bit about the products that are making such a big difference. And then we will hear one more story, and then I'll tell you all where to go from there. So hopefully from those two stories, you get a really good idea of and my story as well, just the impact it can have, especially things that we don't even think about, or as Caitlin had said, she considered it normal, going to the bathroom every 2 to 3 days. I've had customers who don't go to the bathroom for 10 days at a time, like completely not normal. It should be on a daily basis. And then what I was alluding to with not thinking about it is like the sex drive. Sometimes we think that, you know, after we become parents or whatever, that's just normal. But all of those things, from little to big diagnoses, autoimmune disease and so forth, that's really our bodies calling out to us and saying something's broken. And what we do here at Plexus is to repair that brokenness by tackling the root issues that are causing the majority of modern day health problems. So we do that with a combination called Triplex. And that includes, it starts with our famous pink drink called Slim. We have 2 of them actually. I'm going to be featuring the Slim Microbiome. This is my favorite choice of drink because it has a prebiotic in it that increases 5 key gut bacteria, and they're very significant in affecting the mental well-being, autoimmune disease, metabolism, obesity, and there's one more, and my mind is not thinking of it. You have to forgive me. I just had surgery yesterday, so my mind's a little tiny bit foggy yet today. But both Slims are able to burn fat, give you all day sustained energy, bring down inflammation, and curb your desires for sugars and carbs. That's a really big couple of really big doozies there. Okay. These 3 products work synergistically, by the way, so I'll kind of point some of that out as I'm explaining them. The second product is our ProBio 5. Hopefully you can see that. Whoops, I'm turning it the wrong way. I'm not very good at this, am I? Anyway, ProBio 5, and that is our half probiotic, half enzyme. This is our powerhouse of a product. In my opinion, it's the most important product we have in our product line, and we have about 25 different products. So the reason why I am such a big advocate of ProBio 5 is because the enzymes in this kill off something called yeast overgrowth. This is a really, really important item because it's usually the thing that's attacking our good gut bacteria that is triggering so many of the symptoms and the deterioration of our bodies. And it shows up in many different ways for different people. I mentioned a few of them. You've heard some of them already, but also even things like allergies and skin issues. Again, the allergies, I think people think, well, I just have that. I just have acid reflux. But in actuality, if your body gets back into balance and you get rid of the toxins that might be attacking it, and you improve your good gut bacteria, you'd be surprised how many of these things just slip away and they no longer exist. So that is our most important product of the trio. And the last one is BioCleanse. This is going to give you a magnesium flush of your intestinal tract cleaning out your intestines, pH balancing your body, and oxygenating your cells. So when that yeast that I mentioned, I told you I would tell you how the products work together. The yeast is deteriorating the gut bacteria. We get rid of that. It's also impacting your GI system in a negative way. So that is a toxin that creates inflammation. So we get rid of what's causing all the bad. We improve what needs to be repaired, which is increasing the good gut bacteria and bringing down your inflammation. And then because there's been damage done to the GI through that yeast, we're cleaning up the GI system with the BioCleanse. A very, very, very important and very impactful trio. By the way, when I got started in 2013, we only had this triplex plus 2 other products in our product line. And so when I got started and I was looking at all those testimonials, that's where it was coming from, because we didn't even have all the rest of the products on board at that point. Very, very impactful. The other product that I wanted to bring up here is our Reset. This is our newest product. I am traveling, so I don't have the box with me, but Reset is a revolutionary product. There is no other product like it on the market in the world at this point. It is a 3-day nutritionally supported fast. Each box, there are 3 boxes inside the container, and each box provides you with what you need for each of the 3 days. This has been clinically proven at this point. I'm just going to read you a few of these facts. To promote fat loss, not water weight loss. On average, study participants lost over 5 pounds, not including the water weight loss, and 1.4% body fat in those 3 days. On average, study participants experience a metabolic shift going from burning a mix of carbohydrates and fat, which is 50-50, burning fat to carbs. That shifted to burning mostly fat at 80% once they used our Reset. And on average, study participants lost 2 centimeters from both their waist and hip areas, and they experienced a significant decrease in visceral fat. So what this 3-day fast does is it boosts your metabolism up towards a 14%. It makes you a fat burning machine, and it repairs damaged cells, which is important on the health side of things. So that's another one of our products that has really been beneficial to our people to kind of start your body off with that Reset and then move to the triplex and begin repairing, because all of that, the work that's being done by the other supplements in the long haul will be done in an up-leveled fashion because you've reset your metabolism and repaired those cells. So those are the products I'm going to focus on tonight. There are many in our product line you can get with the person who invited you to find out about others that might be additionally beneficial to you. And at this point, I'm going to shift it over to Hannah to share her story.
Hello, everyone. My name's Hannah. I am Northwest Missouri farm girl. I got started with Plexus in 2021 by Annie, or Johanna there on the screen. She goes by Annie. Did I say that right? I hope I did. Anyways, so she actually only lives like 5 minutes from me, and we didn't even know each other because our kids are not in the same class, and it's a small school, so it's kind of crazy. But so my thing is, I have had IBS for as long as I can imagine, childhood things like that, nervous stomach, that kind of thing. And so 2017, I do triathlons. And in 2017, I contracted this weird fish thing. I don't know. Essentially, I swallowed fish poop. I know it's gross, but that's essentially what I did while I was swimming. And after that, my bowels were just way worse. Like, I, of course, got started on the over-the-counter probiotics, thought they were working, still had the diarrhea issues, still had the gas, all that, but it was a little bit better. So, okay, it's working. Well, then I seen Annie's post through someone else who was a teacher at the school. And I was like, So I kind of stalked her a little bit on Facebook. Kind of did that little, I'm going to just watch her for a minute. And then I was kind of just hooked. She brought me samples and they were great. I felt the best that I felt in a long time. My bowels, I used to go to the bathroom probably 5-6 times a day, like straight water diarrhea, like everything I ate just went right straight through me. So I was also very skinny, or skinny for me. Then when I first started Plexus, I did actually lose weight. But I also detoxed, and that is a whole process in itself. At first I was like, oh gosh, what I get myself into, but let me tell you, on the other side of detox it's wonderful. I used to have to look for bathrooms everywhere we went. Like as soon as we walked in, where's the bathrooms? Just in case I got to go. I just got to know where the bathrooms are. And I don't really have to do that anymore now. It's wonderful. Energy shifts. I don't go home and have to take a nap. I get up, play with my girls after working. I work full time as a nurse. And so, yeah, it's just been, I mean, I know I'm just talking about diarrhea, but guys, I would almost crap my pants. I mean, that's how bad my diarrhea issues were before Plexus. So I had a lot of issues. And yeah, I'm thriving now. Plexus brought me a lot more than just my health back, brought me friends, and I've like stepped out and I'm thriving and confident, and it's just been a beautiful process. And so yeah, I don't even know where to start. It's just been wonderful. I also have PCOS. I have regular periods now. It used to be 3-4 months no periods. Migraines, terrible migraines, is on migraine medicine. Since being on Plexus, I've only had to refill my migraine medicine one time, and that was because when I first started Plexus, I only had a couple pills left, and I've only had to use them a few times. So Active is my jam too. I love Active. I like have 12 bags at my house at any time. So I do not run out of that. My husband is also on Plexus. He had really bad acid reflux and constipation issues, and he is now very regular, and he does not take acid reflux medicine. So we thrive on Plexus over here. We're Plexus fam. So
How many medications did you get off of?
so I also struggled with UTIs too. So I was constantly on antibiotics for UTIs. So I haven't had any UTIs since starting Plexus, except for once when I was detoxing, which that's not uncommon. I got off of my acid reflux medicine. I pretty much have not been on my migraine medicine. Yeah, still my blood pressure medicine, but unfortunately that's pretty genetic for me. So that's probably not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
But cholesterol, I was borderline cholesterol, high cholesterol, to the point where they were going to make me get on medicine. I have, my dad had triple bypass at 46, and my brother just had quadruple bypass at 41. So I have a huge family history of high cholesterol, high blood pressure. So my cholesterol is now within normal range, and my doctor tells me to keep doing what I'm doing because it's working. So this has been a blessing, because I don't want to have open heart surgery at 40, because that's kind of the way my family's gone. So
Just out of curiosity, because I don't have everyone, I talk to so many people all the time, that, Hannah. Did you see a change in your mood? I just wanted to ask you on that.
oh yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, my mood is way different. Especially people that I work with, they can tell a huge difference in me from before Plexus and now. I used to kind of get pulled in the office for attitude problems.
Same girl,
I don't
same.
anymore. I still, my mouth still runs a little bit, but I'm more subtle about it now. I say it with a smile.
Thank you, Hannah.
So,
I can laugh
you're
especially.
welcome.
I can laugh especially hard since you and I know each other a little bit better. I can only imagine what that mouth was doing. That's awesome. I love it. I love your mouth.
You just smile, like the help, you just, you smile.
You just smile. Yeah, that's awesome. All right. Thank you for sharing, Hannah. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Tanya, can I share one more thing?
100%. Please do.
Tanya knows about this because I've been in conversation. Oh, sorry, I was kind of close. Conversation with her, but I think it was the beginning of January, I
Okay.
started
I'm gonna see you
having like
guys.
super bad abdominal pain.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Um,
finish up with this meeting.
Sorry, I'm gonna,
sorry. I was bleeding
No, I'll
for
see
3 to
y'all
5
tomorrow.
weeks. And finally I went to the doctor
I'm
because I
doing a
was like, okay,
meeting. I'm late to a meeting.
hold on 1 second, Caitlin.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out.
The meeting is.
Okay, sorry about that. Can you repeat that, please? Sorry.
okay. No, that's okay. So in January, I started having super bad abdominal pain to the point where like I was nauseous and I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink. I thought I was gonna be sick. I was bleeding for I think anywhere between 3 to 5 weeks straight, which is totally not like me. So finally I went to the doctor, and they ordered an ultrasound, abdominal ultrasound. I had 2 massive ovarian cysts on each of my ovaries. I was doubled over pain. I was zero. I looked at testimonial on Plexus about incest. You would believe this last, I don't know, like a couple weeks ago, 2 to 3 weeks ago, had a follow-up ultrasound. My doctor said if they were still there, that I would have to have surgery to get rid of them. Fast forward, had the ultrasound. I knew they were gone because I hadn't had any pain or bleeding or anything. I was quite surprised when the doctor called and said they're still there, they're still the same. One is actually a little bigger. I cried. I was so upset because I had wholeheartedly told myself that they were not there because I felt so good. My doctor left it up to me, like we can either do surgery now and get rid of them, or we can rescan you in June or July to see what it looks like. He's like, how have you been feeling? And I told him, I said, I've had no pain, like no pain, no bleeding, no nothing. Like I totally convinced myself they weren't there. He could not believe it that I felt so amazing for how big these cysts are. I told him that I was doing Plexus and, he had actually heard of it. So he said, continue what you're doing. Hopefully when we rescan you in June or July, they're gone. So wholeheartedly convinced that I feel so good surrounding these variants because of Plexus. And that's huge for me because if I can take these products and not have surgery, I'll take that any day.
That's what we look forward to. We see lots of testimonials like that and far worse even. So I'll be praying for you, girl. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
So the other thing I just want to leave with you guys, like that last testimonial, even though she's not at the end yet, and we don't know if those cysts are for sure going to go away, it would not surprise me whatsoever if they do, because those are the types, that's the level of impact I'm talking about. And just incredible. What I would say to you guys is no matter what you're struggling with from a health point of view, or a disease diagnosis that you have, I would say go back to the person who invited you tonight and have them search for a testimonial, because it's absolutely unbelievable the transformations that people are able to see. Again, we don't cure disease, but up-leveling and reducing symptoms, getting rid of medications, it's amazing what we've done. Also, side note, I forgot to mention this, but this product, the Slim product, was actually created originally to tackle type 2 diabetes. And so in that realm, definitely if you or somebody has that or is borderline, you should definitely get them on that, because I don't know anybody who doesn't take that who hasn't been able to get into the normal range. It's a perfect product for type 2 diabetes, and even type 1. We have numerous testimonials for that. So now that you've heard lots of goodness that's come from our products, you're probably wondering where to get started. Everyone typically starts as a VIP customer because we give a lot of benefits to our VIP customers. They get 12 months full of wholesale pricing, which is the cheapest you can get. It's about 25% off of retail. That you're able to start as a VIP customer with a drastically discounted combo pack, such as the triplex. That's one of your options. It's a combo pack that's offered to you as you get started for a cheaper price than any of us can get it for. So it's a one-time offering. You have a 60-day money back guarantee. And the cost of a VIP customer is typically $19.95 at regular price. Right now, we are having a 4-day end of month sale. It is at $1 between now and tomorrow night at midnight. I'm going to offer you the pricing on our one of my favorite combos, which is what I explained tonight. Both our Reset and our Triplex can be purchased individually, but together they're a perfect match, and they have a sale price as a VIP customer for that discounted combo set at $192. With that, for this month, they also come with a bag of Active. You heard Hannah talk about that she has 12 bags of Active at home. Active is our plant-based energy drink. It's a fabulous product, creates a lot of mental clarity. It also can be used as a pre-workout because it oxidates the cells, and it has turmeric in it as an anti-inflammatory for muscle soreness and so forth. That bag is valued at $31. So that is also free to you if you order between now and tomorrow night. But if the Triplex and the Reset, one or the other, does not resonate with you, you have other health issues or other things you want to learn about in terms of our products, just ask the person who invited you, and they will share with you what the best combo package would be. I also tell everyone that greater health is never an overnight outcome. So it's important to put on the right mindset and give these products at least 90 days to allow the time for your body to heal and transform. That's a really important factor. You heard tonight that we had 2 people on here that are second-time users. The reason is every time they get started, and you're just going to feel a lot of changes. Some of them are good. Some of them are those detox feelings that they were discussing. And people say, well, I just don't feel like the scale's moving fast enough, and so forth. But both second-time users came back and are here tonight to tell you how incredibly wonderful these products are. So giving it consistency and time is super important. You did not get your body in a hot mess overnight, and it's more than an overnight process to bring it back from being a hot mess. So I do want to leave you with that thought. You can still take advantage of our 60-day money back guarantee, even at the 90-day mark. So that still, as long as you've not taken advantage of it one time, it's still there for you. That is it for us. If you have any questions, you're welcome to stay on board here and I will answer them for you. You can drop them in the chat box. Otherwise, I'm going to say thank you to all of you for joining us. Thanks to our speakers for sharing. You are all welcome back here any Thursday night. We either do a live sharing of testimonials, or we do a 15-minute messenger chat where we drop information in a messenger chat every Thursday night. And we expand on products and things change a little bit. So feel free to come back. Feel free to invite friends. But thank you for joining us tonight. Again, I will open it up real quickly. Does anyone have any questions? All right. Well, thank you again for joining us. Let me just double check the 5. I have 5 new messages, so let me just sure. How many days supply is this? Good question. And I meant to mention that when you order a combo like this, it's a 30-day supply that you're getting.
And how do we get that offer?
If you are interested in the offers that I mentioned tonight, when you go back to the person who invited you, they're going to know how to get it for you. They will actually create a shopping cart for you, put the combo that you select into that shopping cart, and that will all include the $1 membership. It will include the free bag of Active. All you have to do is fill out your information, add your financial, how you're going to pay for it, and boom, you're done. Very simple process.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? All right. Well, thanks again for joining. And the person who invited you can answer all your questions as well. Take care, you guys. Have a wonderful night.